Matt Wilton. Welcome everyone to yet another webinar that we're doing live on YouTube tonight. Really excited to talk to you about the Manchester course that's coming up very soon, the 14th to the 18th of June. And we're going to be having the course instructors for that course talking very soon about what to expect on the course. And there's also going to be a couple of people showing you what their speech was like and how their experiences were on the McGuire Programme for them. So I'm now going to pass over to Greg Goldman, who's going to be one of the course instructors for this course. Over to Greg.
Good evening. My name is Greg Goldman, and I'm a coach and a course instructor on the McGuire Programme. So I'm going to give you a brief overview of what happens on one of our intensive courses. So our courses start on the Wednesday evening, where we all get to introduce ourselves and we find out about you and your stammer and what your speech goals are post-course. You'll meet the coaches who you are going to be working with over the duration of the course, and they will tell you a bit about their own stammer before joining the programme and what things are like now. All coaches and course instructors on the McGuire Programme have a stammer. So you'll be in safe hands with people who know exactly what you are going through, and we have all gained control over our speech by learning and mastering the McGuire techniques. The course instructors will then run through in more detail what we are going to be doing on the course and what we want you to achieve over the 3 days of the course. So we start on Thursday, and Thursday is all about learning and mastering the physical side of your technique. You will understand how your stammer affects you physically. So these are all your repetitions, your speech blocks, eye blinking, head jerking, etc. And we introduce you to our techniques that will counteract these physical behaviours. And you will start gaining control of your speech. You will be helped to understand and habituate all of our techniques with one-to-one coaching throughout the day. Then we're going to Friday. Friday's a psychological day, as we call it. You will learn how your stammer has shaped your thinking about yourself and how you view yourself and your speech, and you'll learn the psychological weapons that we use to counteract this and promote a new positive image of ourselves. In the afternoon, you'll go out with one of our fantastic coaches who will show you how our techniques are used in real world situations. And then Saturday, the final day of the course, we bring both the physical techniques from Thursday and the psychological techniques from Friday together. And dare I say it, but you will start having fun speaking. A rough overview of the days and the length. The days run from about 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So quite long days, but we've got a lot to get through. The coaching sessions run for 50 minutes and you will get a 10-minute comfort break every hour. During the day, you will also get a 1 hour lunch break and a 1 hour dinner break throughout the day also. So yeah, very briefly, that's what happens on one of our intensive courses. Matt, back to you.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you very much. Just a note, if you've got any questions, I see there's 10 of you online. So if you have got any questions, please do post them in the comments and we'll answer them. Otherwise, you can contact, obviously, the programme directly. Okay, now I'm going to show you a first day video of one of the new graduates who recently joined the course in Bristol.
Could you start with your name, please?
Yes, Mike Bond.
And how did you get here?
I came in the car.
How was the traffic?
Not too bad, actually. That'd be
Nice.
good.
What are you looking to get out of the programme?
I think potentially to feel confident and to yeah, I guess just confidence, speaking in front of people.
Okay, over to Mike Bond.
Mike Bond speaking. Good evening, everyone. So, yeah, that was me 3 months ago now. I think, yeah, as you could see, very uncontrolled, very sloppy. And yeah, I think the thing to note there is complete lack of eye contact and a lot of facial tics, a lot of facial distortion, a lot of filler words as well. And that used to be me. I used to fight my way through every kind of conversation. I used to change words, and I used to use kind of filler words just to kind of, you know, get over a word that I would find hard. So yeah, I would say on the course, you work on this so much. As Greg said, the days are long. They are very long and they're very intense, but you get so much out of it, and I think it needs to be like that. Yeah, really, really good. I think going back to the point as well where he said about you'll end up having fun speaking, and you'll actively want to go and look for speaking situations, whereas you would have never have done that before. That is 100% true. I can vouch for that. I'm sure everyone here can as well. Yeah. So, yeah, those of you who are thinking about the course, are booked on, I wish you all the best. It will honestly change your life forever. I think the thing that sets it apart is the support network. That there is so much out there, and there's, you know, wherever you are in the world, there's always someone, you know, able and willing to pick up the phone and have a conversation. You know, daily there are warm-ups. There are, yeah, honestly, the support is endless. And yeah, it is the best thing I've ever done in my life. So get on the course.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you very much. It's so good to see somebody speaking so quickly after their first course on one of these events. So fair play to Mike. Okay, over to Aidan McLaughlin now, who's going to talk a little bit more about the course. Aidan.
Thank you, Matt. Aidan McLaughlin is my name, and I did my first course in August 2009 in Ireland. I became a coach in 2018, and now, having done my course instructor staff training, I have the pleasure of co-instructing the upcoming Manchester course with Greg. Way back in 2009, when I joined, I never thought I could get through the course as a new student, let alone instruct a course one day myself. So I guess it's all about slowly pushing out your comfort zones until you become comfortable being uncomfortable. As many of you probably know by now, on courses, we teach you techniques and tools to help you control your stammer. Firstly, we deal with the how to breathe. When we stammer, your diaphragm actually freezes, and this leads to struggle and distortion. We teach you how to counteract this freezing and how to breathe using the costal part of your diaphragm. This is the part of the diaphragm that is not prone to freezing under stress. And it's also the part that some opera singers tend to use to give themselves more power. So you can tell how powerful it actually is. We define stuttering as the failure to articulate and or vocalize certain words or sounds. And on the course, we'll practice tools which exaggerate this articulation and vocalization techniques that will allow you full control. And probably if you have a stammer, you'll know that that freezing, struggle, and distortion is only the tip of the iceberg. That's the part that people see. And underneath is the psychological effects. This is the fear, the guilt, that sense of isolation, that sense of self-doubt. We will tackle this as well. We will tackle the fear of stammering and the fear of people knowing that you have a stammer, which is a really powerful thing. And if you can accept this, and if you put it in the work, you'll do things that you didn't think were possible, just like I'm doing right now, to be perfectly honest. And you have the opportunity then to take back the things that your stammer took away from you. You can take back control with a new way of speaking, and you'll probably make a few friends along the way as well, I'd imagine. We all know how frustrating a stammer is. We're all in the same boat. Everyone has a stammer here. And as course instructors, Greg and I have been through the process ourselves. So we know the challenges, but we also know how rewarding it can be, not only to gain the ability to control your stammer, but to become articulate, eloquent speakers. And as Greg said, then to actually enjoy speaking, which probably at this stage sounds a bit crazy to say. So yeah, on the course, we will equip you with everything that you need to push out your comfort zones. And once you start doing that, then the sky is really the limit. So I'm looking forward to seeing lots of new students next month and looking forward to being a part of their journey towards articulate, eloquent speech. Aidan McLaughlin, thank you.
Thank you, Aidan. That's brilliant. Okay, now to the last video, and this shows that the programme is not just in the UK, it's all around the world and people join from different countries. So show you Lisa's.
Hi.
Hi, Lisa. Can I have your full name, please?
Lisa Peters. It's my name
Hey.
and not last name.
Hey, Lisa. Whereabouts are you?
Well, right now I'm at a coastal town in South Africa, but I live in Johannesburg, but right now I'm not at home. So.
Oh, wow. So you're quite far from the UK. How did you hear about the program?
From my therapist in high school.
All right. Okay. Are you in high school now?
No, I work. That was a while ago.
Right. So what is it that you do?
I work in IT as well. I work for Deloitte Consulting. So I'm an IT consultant. I implement IT systems like SAP as an example.
Okay.
Lisa Peters. Hi, everyone. Looking at that video always makes me smile, but it also does make me a bit sad because I see a girl that's so scared, not making any eye contact, looking at the floor, smiling as a way to avoid pronouncing my name. That was what it was like, having an uncontrolled stammer. I had a very overt stammer, have a very overt stammer. As I said in the video, heard about the course from a therapist that I actually had in high school, because I had such immense anxiety in high school. And I think the stammer contributed a lot to my anxiety. And about 8 years after hearing about the course, I decided to join it. So it took me a while. I wish I joined it a lot sooner than I did, but here we are. How was the course? As everyone already said, it's quite intense, but I wouldn't scare you off. I don't think it's too intense. It's 3.5-ish days of pretty intense practicing of your new techniques, learning about what a stammer is, why we have it, why we panic when we speak. It's very interesting, and you do learn quite a lot about yourself. And you also get to know a ton of great people who all have stammers. So it's really fun because everyone has a stammer and we all really understand each other. So it's a great community to be in. And yeah, it's intense, but absolutely worth it. How was the course? Okay, I already answered that. Any achievements after the course? So yeah, after the course, I decided to challenge myself and do a couple of work interviews in the UK. I'm from South Africa originally. I've always wanted to live abroad in Europe or in the UK or the States, but I just assumed that wasn't in the cards for me because I was too scared to do interviews. I was too scared to call people. I was just really afraid. After the course, I challenged myself to do a bunch of interviews just to do hard things and push out my comfort zones. And one of those interviews turned into a job offer in London. So I'm very proud of that achievement, but it truly wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for this course. So it's truly a magnificent course. When people say it changes your life, we're not being dramatic. To me, it truly did change my life. Is it easy now? Not always easy. You need to work hard, time and effort. But even now, when I have tougher days, it's not even close to my good days before the course. So it's absolutely worth it. And as I said, you learn a lot about yourself. You meet fantastic people along the way, and it really makes you enjoy speaking, which is a great feeling. So hope you join and hope I get to meet you soon.
Thank you, Lisa. That's brilliant. Okay, so there you've heard a couple of examples of people that have joined the programme and what their speech was like. Also, a little bit of information on the Manchester course, which is the 14th to the 18th of June. So if you are interested in finding out more about it, please do contact me. It's been touched on about the support network. I think that is something that you really, really seriously need to consider before joining. Because if you're not really prepared to put in the time and effort on your speech after the course, then it's probably not the right program for you. I think you need to be wanting to continue the control of your speech that you will gain from doing those 3 days. And the support is vast. I needed my coach to help me. I really did. It was important that I had him to call when things weren't going great and I had a problem with a word or a sound. And for him to say to me, that's okay. You know, you're learning the techniques. It takes time to get used to them. It takes time to bring down the fear. And now you get 2 primary coaches after your first course. And there's also a lot of support, which I can go through with you in more detail. Things like online support groups weekly in the UK, but weekly in all different areas of the world as well, which you can join whenever you want to. There's more and more in-person support groups now, especially in the UK, and we have been getting more and more back running since COVID. And there's a forum with a lot of coaches like Lisa, who's just become a coach actually on the programme, and also Aidan and Greg and myself, who are there to support you. And that coaches list is quite intense. It's quite big, sorry, it's quite long, and there's a lot of people there that you can call for support whenever you need it. But it is really important that you think about coming back onto future courses. Yes, you do feel great after your first course, and you will feel really pumped, and you will feel on top of the world, but it is about sustaining this long term. And that's why it's important to think about, even when you leave your first course, that's the beginning of you joining the Lifetime Support Network, the beginning of your journey on the program, really. Anyway, that's enough from me, and that's enough from us. I hope you've got something from tonight. Like I said, if you've got any questions, feel free to contact me directly. All my details are on the McGuire website. I can go through individually on Zoom, talking to you about the course in a lot more depth and showing you all the support network, etc. afterwards as well. Okay, thank you everybody, and have a lovely evening. Bye for now.